Hey kids, this is Ivan. How you doing? I'd like to chat briefly about what I like to call big magic, and these are high-level spells, or magic that doesn't really appear in the rule set, and it's just stuff you'd run across as a player, or stuff you put in the campaign as a DM, stuff that appears in modules, and there's no real spell associated with it, and the only explanation is, well, I guess the wizard did it. Something magic happened, and how do you give players some access to that? Because people look at that and say, well, geez, how come I can't do that? Wizards do that, right? We've read stories, which is how a lot of us got interested in the genre to begin with, or watch movies or whatever. And there's things that make feel wizards, wizards feel kind of wizardy, if you will. So what do you do about stuff like that? I really like, in terms of like, access to higher level spells. What something like Lamentations of the Flame Princess has done, where he kind of codified a set of rules where anybody, any wizard, can write a scroll of any level spell. If you find a spell, you can write a scroll. It's going to cost you money and time. Higher level of spell, the more money and time it costs you. So you can cast, bigger spells if you want to. You're just going to have to make a scroll for it. So it's not that you can't do it, even though you're not of that level. If something like Swords and Wizardry talks about a great concept, in a little bit more detail or a little bit more cogently, I suppose, than this book, classic. In terms of the idea that, like, after a certain point, if you want to cast a really big spell, there's not a lot of call for Spirit Rack or for Trap the Soul or for some of these bigger giant magics that you do like kind of once or twice in a campaign. Why should you have to learn that spell? Why do you need that? That should be kind of more of a ritual, because if you look at the books, that's kind of what it feels like. Something like Resurrection is more of a ritual. People, you think of a story, and when they bring somebody back to life, it's not that the guy that was, kind of clericy in the party just kind of snaps his fingers. Oh, he's resurrected now. Hooray. I can do that again tomorrow. It's not like that. There's more of a ritual. So I like the idea that, even if you can't technically cast that level spell, because once again, probably my in the campaign I've been doing, people are probably only going to get to about 10th level just by time constraints. I can give them more spells, but I don't want to give them access to higher level spells than they normally would get. But I like the idea that that Swords and Wizardry talks about, that just because you don't have access to it normally, maybe you can do something. The DM and then the player can sit down and kind of come up with something where this is a way you can cast a higher level spell. And ditto for the idea of something that's just not in the rule set at all. And here's an example I thought of recently. When I was playing the Lamentations of the Flame Princess game like 4 years ago, encumbrance is a big deal in that game. And I had a wizard, and I was looking across the old Unearthed Arcana stuff from first edition, and there's a spell called Deep Pockets. And pretty much what it is the wizard, casts a spell on a really expensive cloak and makes it have all these pockets that you can put all this stuff in. It doesn't encumber you. And I thought, this would be great. I could use this in the game and kind of game the system, if you will. And I never got a chance to do that because he died, but I was researching that, and the DM kind of let me say, you can research a spell. And there's rules for that in Lamentations too. Really simple. But having the benefit of hindsight, I didn't want the spell. I just wanted the damn cloak. So once again, the idea of creation of a magic item that's not necessarily in the rules, this is something that maybe, DMs and players can sit down and figure out, well, what is this going to take? Do you want to have an adventure based on it? Do you want to have really detailed, things are going to happen in order for you to do this? Or is it just going to cost the wizard money and time? And maybe he has to roll for success or failure, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of stuff you can do with that. I like the idea that, big magic should be rare and it should be hard, but it should be available. And if you want to do something that's not necessarily in the rules, one of the things I always think of is like, what do you mean I can't do that? And there's always kind of like a possibility or chance, and that makes gaming a lot more fun.